You know that smoking causes cancer. Everyone does. And yet, people still do it. Not because they don't care about their health, but because the consequences, they're decades away. Now, that's the power of hyperbolic discounting. It's a term from behavioral economics that explains why we tend to value the present too much and the future too little, especially when the future is very far off. So, even if we logically know that long term damage is real, our brains don't feel the urgency. The future seems fuzzy, distant, and less real. It's why a cigarette today might feel good and lung cancer in 30 years feels like someone else's problem. So let's be honest, we're not always rational, we're emotional, and we're impulsive. And when the reward is right now, it almost always feels stronger than any distant risk. And this isn't just about smoking, it's why we skip workouts even though we want to be healthy. It's why we overspend even though we want to save. Or it's why we delay that course, that project, that business idea, even though we know that we'll regret it later. So the closer the gratification, the more power it holds. And that's hyperbolic discounting in action. We discount or we reduce the value of future outcomes more steeply the further away they are, even if they're bigger or more important. And here's the twist. When we look at two different options far in the future, we choose better. Like, would you rather have £50 in 12 months or £100 in 13 months? Most people say, I'll wait for the £100. But now, if you shift that decision to the present, £50 today or £100 in a month, and suddenly some people will start to say, I'll take the 50 quid today. So it's the same time gap, the same logic, but our choices change. Because the moment you bring the present into the equation, the brain starts whispering, just take it now. Now, let's bring in the classic quote, which is, in the long run, we're all dead. Now, people use it to justify short term choices, whether it's spending, indulging, or avoiding discomfort. But here's the problem. Yes, in the long run, we're all dead, I agree. But what about in the medium run? We live with the consequences of our choices. And that's where the pain accumulates in our health, in our finances, in our relationships, our mindset. So, what do we do? One answer is to build commitment devices. So, like automating your savings so the decision is made for you, or booking workouts in advance so flaking is harder, or telling someone your goal so you feel socially accountable. But more than that, we need to build emotional connection to the future, to stop thinking of our future self as a stranger, because you in 10 years, that's still you. And the better you treat that future version, the better your present will feel too. Because regret lives in that gap between intention and action. So, no, you don't need to become perfectly disciplined overnight. But if you can catch the moment your brain says, just this once, and pause, that's where change starts. Hyperbolic discounting is a glitch in our wiring, but awareness, that's how you override it.